creating this amazing book that you've written?
Well, it's quite a story actually, because here in California, the little town I lived in, um, an angry ex-partner who was an alcoholic and not very reputable, uh, and became more so, was telling these stories that I had killed my wife, I was a womanizer, and I molested my daughter. Just stories made up. And that was not someone who anybody had any credibility, but she told this to a very powerful person, the mayor of our town, actually, who I had dated. And suddenly she started dating me, and she started just broadcasting and blasting this out in meetings in towns. And it was really brutal. And I tried everything. I did shamanic work. I did all kinds of work. I didn't see any. I don't particularly like lawyers, so I didn't want to sue, but I felt that would even make it worse. So I actually moved to Canada, and I was in Canada for 7 years and I'm a Canadian and American citizen. So had a beautiful time there, a great relationship. And then I got a call in Nelson, when I was in Nelson, from Officer Wilson saying, "We're reopening the case on your wife's murder." I said, after 40 years. And so I came back to the States, and my daughter and I went through quite a grueling, the whole trial over and over again. Over again. And seeing the picture, my wife was really brutally strangled and raped. So I had to go through it all again. And as I was doing that, I started writing the book. So it was like, about 3 years of writing the book. And that was really hard, but it was also cathartic, because I was putting it down. I was sitting with it. I was meditating on it. I was feeling into it. You read my book. It's raw and unfiltered. I just say it like it is. And that was my intention was, if I go through this and other people go through this and I'm able to come out the other side, if I tell my story, maybe it will help someone. And what people say about reading my book, the most often said thing is, "I thought I was reading a book about your trauma. And when I got done, I realized I was reading a book about my trauma." And that people say that so many times, it's become kind of a key phrase. But it's true. I think, when people see that if he can go through that, and I'm a white privileged male, I say this in the book, so I'm not in Gaza. I'm not in places in Haiti or other places where life is really hard. I have to say that in spite of the trauma I've had, I've been privileged. And so with privilege comes responsibility, I feel. And that was, I felt I needed to write that book. And then as you said, I just did the audio, which will be out soon, and the ebook. Um, so, uh, and the other part of that was doing the audio was even harder writing the book, because speaking it out, there was something, that happened in my body as I was speaking, was very, very difficult for me to do the recording. But I wouldn't have anybody else do it because it's my story, right?